start off with some light because it's got a smooth, shiny nose. I'm going to start with the white there. And the remaining area we want to put the ivory on, with the exception of just these little areas there, because that's going to be where the darkest of the nose colours are going to go. And we can just interfere with the white, but you see the white's still holding its own. Okay. Now into that, a little bit of grey on top. Once again, we want to keep the white free, so we don't put the grey over the top of it. But now you can put the first indication of depth in the nose itself. Now it's got a peculiar little nose they need to have. They're like that. Okay. Now just on the very outside edge we'll a little darker colour. Increase the strength in the middle and around the edge. That's already taken shape nicely. And we'll move on to the dark brown. Start off in the darkest area, and down like that, and then use the brown again as we did the grey over the whole area, still avoiding as best you can the white that we put on first. You can interfere with it, but don't actually get rid of it. A little bit of definition in there. That's I'm not a million miles away from finishing that now, but what we need to do is to blend it with our blender. It's always a good idea to use a paper blender rather than your finger, because the finger would not have the control. Now I'm going to put a little bit of warmth in there by putting just a touch of the ready ochre. That just warms it up a little. Right in the central area where we've got the darkest, we're going to put just a little touch of black. Get that? And then switch to the dark brown again. And here we can work to finish. Just on the very tip of the nose is where we're going to have the white, some of the white fur coming over it. So to preempt the shadow, which I want, we'll put that in now with the brown, like that. And that means that when I bring the white back in, it's going to come over the top of it. Okay. Now all we now need to do is to bring the white back that we put in first, using a little circular action, and that fades into either side, so we get what effectively is a shine. We bring a little bit of that down into the central area like that, and just a little touch of light on the very bottom there. And there you are. There's your nose finished, but we now got to deal with the surround.